young.
I am.
And I am a young
Black.
A young black.
Young.
Black.
A young black.
Black equestrian.
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 Black equestrian.
Equestrian.
Black equestrian.
equestrian.
Black equestrian.
I'm a young black equestrian.
I am a young black equestrian.
Hey everybody, and welcome to the first episode of season 4 of Young Black Equestrians, the podcast. With your host, with your host, Abriana Johnson and
Caitlin Gooch.
Oh my God.
So we are into season 4 of Young Black Equestrians, the podcast. How do you feel about that?
It is an amazing feeling. Because so much has happened. Like, what the freak? We need to write this stuff down. Like, it's documented, but I would like to just go through a list. Like, we did this. We talked to all these people, but this is amazing. Season 4. Aren't we doing away with seasons after this?
Pretty much feel like we're gonna have to do away with seasons. We have so many people that are on our list to talk to. Like, how can we break it down into just seasons anymore? So I think we might have like more active seasons, like when we're actively recording interviews, but then like around Christmas and Thanksgiving, like we ain't doing nothing. But episodes will still be coming up because we plan in advance. Okay. So that's one of the things, like, as a change, like we're having to work with like the demand and the sheer interest. I mean, we are just so kind of in this thing that, you know, there's just so much to do. And so that's one of the changes coming with season 4 is that we're just going to be posting every week.
Right.
Episode every week. And, you know, we might not take a break anymore. Or if we miss a week, it'll be okay. We'll do something else. But yeah, I mean, I guess that's one of the changes with season 4, just the sheer number of people that we want to talk to is just the number. The list is growing. Like, we continue to find people and continue to reach out to them, and they're game. So, I mean, we're out here recording history as it happens. So that's like my favorite part. Like, we're going to look back at all of this stuff and just say, wow, like this is what we wanted Hollywood to do.
Yeah.
For us, you know, we wanted, instead of, you know, creating all these Westerns with all these white cowboys, we wanted to see these black cowboys. We wanted to see these black horsemen and give them their spotlight, because now we're searching for them, you know? So 20, 30, 50 years from now, people will be able to look back and say, this girl was a mounted archer, and this guy did eventing, and this guy was a judge. Like, that's just crazy to me. Crazy.
Yeah. And I think for those people, you know, their families and their friends, if they didn't really know what they had going on, or they,
because a lot of horse people are secretive.
Yeah. So that's exciting too, and hopefully it'll inspire some of them to come on over to the horse bus, the horse wagon.
Yeah. So let's just kind of tell people our story for the people that are just now joining, or they don't want to go all the way back to season 1, because season 1 was trial and error. We worked out some kinks. We changed it up. Like, here is cue that song. Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is My name is Abriana. Yeah, so I'm from Chapel Hill, North Carolina. And I started riding when I was like around 7 or 8 at this jumper barn. I had the slowest, pokiest horse. I had to work so hard to get him to do anything. So I didn't enjoy it as much as I should have. So I stopped taking lessons. And fast forward a few years to high school, my cousin started going to these things called trail rides. And he was like, I got another horse. You want to go ride? And I was like, I've been on a horse before. Yes, this will be fine. It, in fact, was not fine. Just kidding. Huh?
I said, what you don't know is.
Right. What I didn't know is what a trail ride consisted of, and the fact that we would be over the river and through the woods, literally. With a bunch of Black cowboys having a blast, singing, and them yelling at you to get up the hill or get down the hill or do something faster, anything like that.
What kind of party is that?
Yeah. But it's great, y'all. Like, it's great. It's fun. So that's kind of what I've been doing since high school. I purchased my horse in college, and now I have my horse that I raised and trained myself from 6-month-old. He's a walking horse. His name is Maestro. I also have my childhood horse, Coco, who is also a walking horse that took me on my first trail, and I put hundreds of miles on him. And then I have a miniature horse, Encore, who is a therapy horse and does educational visits with kids as a part of Saddle Up and Read. So that is me in a nutshell. Huh?
Cameron, Black Unicorn Creative.
Oh, yeah. Okay, excuse me. So carrying on with the story. I also recently quit my job in order to pursue my multiple passions that all center around the horse industry. So I launched a creative solutions business called Black Unicorn Creative, and I help equine and veterinary businesses establish their digital hoofprint. That is their websites, their logo design and branding, as well as their social media. So if you are in need of those services, feel free to hit me up on any of my socials or go to blackunicorncreative.com. I also authored and illustrated 2 books so far, a couple more coming out by the end of this year, now that I have time. Cowgirl Cameron, it's a book series. I have 2 of them right here. Cowgirl Cameron and the Crazy Hair Day, and Cowgirl Cameron and the Great Escape. So that's that. And so if you have any kids that need books with characters that look like them doing things that they enjoy doing, like living life on the farm, those are perfect books for those kids. And I have a couple more up my sleeve, so I can't wait till those come out as well.
Yeah, that was accurate. How you gonna forget stuff? That's what
I know. It's just such a long list. So sometimes it's like hard to overwhelm people sometimes. But we'll talk about that later. Let's hear about you, the world of. Oh, I was not call you your nickname. The sunflower.
All right. So I'm Caitlin. The trail rides that Ariana described is where I grew up. My dad started me riding when I was 3 years old, and I'm into horses because of him. Thanks, Dad. Oh my goodness. So I ride Western. 2 years ago, I started to ride bareback, and I'm trying to dabble into mounted archery. That's going to be really interesting. I just got a bow and my arrows. I'm going to make a target out of pizza boxes. Let me stop saying I have a bunch of horses. how did I end up with so many horses? Because my horse had babies, accident babies, oops babies. And so I have like 7 horses now. I still have my childhood horse, like Aubriana. Her name is Goat. I teach horseback riding lessons, and really horsemanship classes, just introducing kids to horses. And that is so much fun. I love it because a lot of the times some of some of the kids are kind of like afraid and they're intimidated because the horses are so big. And then by the end of the lesson and our little exchange, they're like, oh my goodness, I love horses, and they don't want to leave. I started a nonprofit called Saddle Up and Read, and we just use the horses to encourage kids to read, hoping that one day the literacy rates in North Carolina and the world will increase. Well, not the world, America is who needs it. America has to catch up. But our goal is to give kids books and play a role in increasing the literacy rates. What else? Other than this podcast, I'm a mom of 3, and that's a full-time job. And just doing that and organizing all of this stuff, we just entered into homeschooling life, so that's about to be a whole different experience. I'm going to teach them everything about horses. That's going to be like the base of our program. I'm just kidding. But yeah, that's pretty much, I think, everything. I have a book coming out this year sometime. It's called,
we out here being authors and stuff.
Right. Oh, I can't wait till everybody sees it. It is inclusive of everything and everyone, literally. And I can't wait to see y'all see it. It's called Horseback Riding. It's for everyone. It's going to be great.
I'm super excited.
Me too.
Super excited. Like, we are going to go on like
all the trips.
All the trips, all the book tours. Like, we are going to do this doggone thing, and you've never seen anything like it, and you will never see anything like it again.
I'm excited. I completely butchered like everything I just said. So I hope that y'all just understand that I love horses and they're my life.
Basically, that is our lives. Yes. So let's talk about Saddle Up and Read for a little bit. Because literally this past week it was like Saddle Up and Read week.
Right.
We traveled like almost 2,000 miles to just gather these donations that were absolutely massive. And let's just talk about what led up to that. What did you do? Because I know a lot of people are asking, like, how she get that? What she do get that? Oh my God, what she do? What kind of, you don't have to say like everything like step by step, but like what kind of led up to these massive donations, and tell us what they were.
So in March or April, people started looking at Black equestrians around the world, and they want to know how they could help. Mm-hmm. It's unfortunate what led to that, but it happened. And so that led people to Saddle Up and Read, and they wanted to know more. And so as I'm explaining and, responding to messages and just doing what I've been doing, sharing our story, we started getting donations rolling in. And then with the pandemic, the issue of transportation, it hit heavy. And what we kind of found is with our program, when we host reading sessions at the farm, kids who really need our program aren't able to come, just because it's a transportation issue. So I kind of sent out a SOS for a horse trailer and a truck to pull it. And so everybody was like on this mission, like, hey, we're going to help you get that truck and horse trailer. Don't you give up. And we didn't give up. I didn't give up. We got a bunch of no's and people who didn't respond. And that's okay, because eventually somebody responded. And those awesome people, like there's so many people that I would have to thank. It would probably take up like 5 minutes of this time, but they know who they are. And I truly, truly appreciate you. But those awesome people led us to Cabe's Farm, which is in Maryland. And Mr. Howie Wolf graciously donated a truck to Saddle Up and Read. And Ariana and I went up to Maryland and we got it. It was 5 hours away. And their farm is so beautiful. Oh my goodness.
Crazy beautiful.
Like, I would move.
Right. We could live on the corner and they would not even know. Like, we just gonna set up a fence out here. Just
right. We'll be good.
We're just fine.
If we get some mail, just send it. Yeah, we'll get it. But it was so beautiful, and they were so kind. And Katie, who met us there, and Sissy Weeks, who put it all together. We wish you would have been there that day, but I'll see you one day in the future.
Yeah, we met your horse though. He's cute.
Yeah, we met your horse, and he's beautiful. But even just going there, it just made me realize how having that truck is going to help us show kids what's possible. I've never seen a farm like that in my life. Like, never. And my mind was just blown away. So I really look forward to what we have in store for the future. Because I know people are probably just blown away with us just showing up with horses, And then, 4 days later? Thursday? That was Monday. Then on Thursday, I got the call that a horse trailer was ready for us. And prior to that date, someone had made a large donation specifically for a horse trailer. And so I connected with them and I said, hey, we found a trailer. It's ready. We can go get it. And I called Brianna, and the next day we went and got it.
Hit the road, Jack. Okay, hit the road
to Kentucky. It was an 8-hour drive. I'm pretty sure it probably took longer because we had to stop. But it was so fun. Oh my gosh. It was a lot of fun. And just getting that trailer and then hooking it up to the truck and Brianna driving back.
Let me tell you something right now. I drove that bad boy all the way back, okay?
Yes. And it was storming. It was raining so hard.
Y'all, not only that, we went through all the mountains. We went through the Kentucky mountains, the Virginia mountains, and the North Carolina mountains. And our GPS did not have our best interest in mind. Okay, let's just say that. GPS took us up the mountain on a one-way road. We're looking at signs we see the backs of signs, and we're like, is this one way? It was like colitis. Whole situation just stressed me out. We finally got to Doohickey Town, and it's like, okay, the diesel's like leaking out of the pump. Like, okay, as long as some got in the truck, let's just.
We need to get him out of here.
The road runner out this thing.
We will not be back.
No. But we drove that sucker back. Oh my goodness, 8 hours back. Sorry to all our people like in these states that we did not get to see. Y'all understand? We're moving, okay? Like, we were on a mission.
Yes.
Maryland, we were like, we're doing it in a day. Like,
right.
Corona is still here, so we're not like spending extra time.
Right.
But same with Kentucky. I mean, We ate breakfast.
We were right there in horse country.
Yeah, we saw everything that was on the way to where we were going. That's it.
That's it.
We saw the mounted officers though downtown. That was cool. We saw them. We saw their butts, and we were just like, wow. Yeah.
But that was really cool, and we got the trailer and made it back, and of course we made the announcement. And I mean, when you have a vision and you kind of know what your you know what your purpose is, and you just strive toward it, everything that you need for that is gonna come. You know, I didn't have to like force this to happen. I wrote down maybe last year the things that I needed for Saddle Up and Read, and throughout this year we have been getting everything that we needed. A truck and a trailer was up there. So have your vision, and if it's clear and you're doing what you're supposed to do, and you just get up every day and say, hey, I'm taking one step forward to what that is, you will be okay. So I'm so happy to have all of this support. The support is still rolling in because we have our bags that we've been making. People have been sending us stuff to go in these bags. When these children are finally blessed with these bags, oh my goodness, they're going to have so much stuff. Like, I want one. There's going to be so much in there. Shirts, pencils, erasers, horse stickers, horse notepads, bookmarks, everything is books. Everything is going in that bag. Books that represent diverse characters, diverse equestrians. So I'm super excited because I didn't have that stuff when I was younger.
Yeah. So what's next? I guess, I mean, people are always asking us what's next. So let's start with Saddle Up and Read. What's next for Saddle Up and Read?
A home. That's next. A facility, a place for the kids in the Wendell community to grow and learn about horses and learn about themselves and freely create. I think that's really important right now. You know, I don't know where a lot of people hung out when they were younger, but there was nowhere for me to hang out in Wendell, and there's nowhere for the kids to hang out now unless you have a lot of money and you pay memberships. But kids need that. They need somewhere to go. Schools are all virtual right now, and hopefully they won't be that way in the future. But if things don't go back to normal, there needs to be a place that kids can go and they can have those normal interactions with their peers, and they can feel safe, because unfortunately not every household right now is a safe space for children. That's what's next. We're gonna find a home.
Yeah, and it's crazy because people thought the truck was crazy.
Yeah.
But it happened. People thought the trailer was crazy, but it happened.
Yep.
You can think this facility is crazy, but guess what?
Yep. It's gonna happen. And when that happens, woo, that's gonna be great.
When that happens, like I said, I felt like running around my property when I quit my job. Okay. When Saddle Up and Read finds a home, like, I don't care if it's raining, like, we gonna be outside dancing.
Right.
Like, praise dancing. We gonna be crying. We gonna be like, I mean, elbows up, like, just getting it, because
I know, like, in my mind, I can just see, you know, this place. Like, there's the barn, and then there's like an actual facility. I kind of want it to be real homey, so it just feels like a home, not like a school, because that's not what it is. And then we got like a community garden and a library. Like, I'm just so excited to have and create this space and create some jobs, because there are people who, you know, like we saw real quick with the pandemic, either you're essential or we can't fund your job anymore. So I think that would bring in some great jobs for people who have kind of been struggling, you know, right now. Even though, I don't know, I'm talking like it's going to happen tomorrow, but who knows how someone's life has been impacted by the pandemic, and what jobs are going to be erased because of it. So
Yeah.
strengthen our community.
Yeah. And I mean, we know ourselves the power of horses. So we know that this is possible. We know that it's necessary. The jobs that will be created, they're freaking essential. When you work with livestock, your job is essential. You can still work. So yeah, I'm here for it all. I'm here for it all. Okay. I mean, next time I might say maybe we can hire somebody to drive through the freaking mountains.
Right. I don't want to do that no more.
But everything else, like, it's just so exciting. It's so exciting. So let's see. What is next for the podcast? I mean, we kind of touched on it already, but have you ever not ever. I feel like may have been this way before, but I feel like you've overcome what I'm about to say, but like been afraid to have a vision so big just because stuff leading up to it has been coming true. It's like, oh Jesus. If it comes out of my mouth, if I say it, like, it's gonna happen. So Am I ready? Am I ready for that? So that's kind of how I feel like with the podcast, because we have been able to touch crevices of the horse industry that didn't even think of. You know, we've got people watching us. We have presidents of federations listening to us and reaching out and saying, oh, that was really good. And it's like, thanks. What's your name? Oh, you do what? Oh, glad you liked it. Holy shit, Caitlin. So, I mean, put it out there. We want a TV show.
Yes.
Caitlin, TV show.
Y'all need to see us on TV.
Yes. Yes. You have been listening to us. We want to show, you know, exactly how we make this happen. Because a lot of people, you come across Caitlin and Brianna, you be looking like, what just happened? Where they going? What they doing?
Right.
You know?
What's up?
Yeah. And y'all, like, we're not saying that like we're just these magical beings that we can just knock this out like, oh, it's great and we're always on the move. Like, we struggle. Like, it's a struggle to keep this thing going. But like you said earlier, when you know that you are meant to do something, it's gonna work out. Like, it works out in your favor always, because you know that is your calling. It's gonna work out. It is. And I'm like preaching to the freaking choir here, because I'm gonna listen to this episode and say, remember when you said it was gonna work out? Remember. Because I mean, quitting a full-time job, quitting a steady paycheck to pursue entrepreneurship in any capacity is like, all right, it's gonna work out. Just say it over and over. It's gonna work out.
It's a huge step. And it's like you said, are you ready? And I guess that is like a part of our next thing. Like, you couldn't have your 9 to 5 and we out here trying to travel and get these stories and have a TV show. Where they go? At least you sitting at the desk and cleaning up dog poop.
No, yeah. Say it like that sounds a little bit more crazy. But yeah, I mean, I just think of like what we've been able to accomplish in the last 2 weeks. Like, what?
Right.
The freedom and flexibility. Like I've been saying to my better half and been saying, like, I want to use this time to create the life that I want to live. I do not want to be 50 years old and questioning what I'm doing with my life, or that I want to switch it up, or that I want to pivot. I want to live a full life. I want to choose. I want to have choices. I want to be able to fund all of my crazy like thoughts because I have them.
One of them.
Like, I don't want to, what did Nishan say? Because it's literally like my favorite quote, and I've shared it on social media like 6 times. I've got it up here on the wall. Do we have the courage to envision something for ourselves without others' permission? So I'm just out here trying to be brave.
Yes.
I'm just out here trying to have this courage for YBE, for Saddle Up and Read, for Black Unicorn Creative, for Cowgirl Cameron, for Happy Hills 4-H Club, for Encore the Miniature Horse, for Man the Miniature Horse.
It's a long list. And
it's not over. It's not, that's not even, that's just what we do right now, because we got an entire list of things. Like, I ain't even gonna say it. I'm not even gonna share it. But
and just imagine the people, or I'm gonna say the kids. I mean, it's not too late if you're an adult, but the kids who will grow up listening to this, or that will be a part of our journey, and they just say, hey, they can do it, I can do everything. Like, their list will be longer.
yeah. Yeah, and I just want to like share like this wasn't easy. It wasn't easy, you know. We're just trail riders, you know. We're not on the show scene. We're not in front of people showing and people taking our pictures. We're not getting these grand massive sponsorships from major people, you know. We're not going up through the most expensive and the most prolific trainers and stuff just to make this happen. We're not. We're just doing it, and we're going to continue to do it. And I mean, we have what, 50 or so episodes out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, track record speaks for everything. We could just continue to push and make things shake, and that is how we're making it happen. Like, just a straight grind.
Yeah.
So to all of y'all out there who think like, wow, this is some amazing thing, this is well, you can do this. You can do it. I mean, you can literally do whatever you put your mind to. Like, whatever. This doesn't matter. Like, you can start a business. One of the guys, we took Encore to a neighborhood event Saturday, 2 days ago. And they were laughing. They were like, oh, he's like a little lawnmower. He's gonna replace your business. And I was like, what business? And one of the boys has a lawn cutting business.
Oh.
And his little brother was like, yeah, he has like 6 or 7 clients. And I was like, okay, cutting the grass out here. Like, instill that sense of ownership and possibility. You know, you can working for other people is perfectly fine. But working for yourself is also an option. And having this, just seeing that this little boy saw this at a young age, like, what you mean I can't run this business? I had a lawn cutting business when I was 12.
Mm-hmm.
Making his money. Yeah, his parents help, but still. It's just the possibilities. They're endless. They are endless. And Caitlin has shown me this through all the work that she has done. And seeing how YBE touches people shows me like it's worth it. Like it's worth having to set our timers and work with all these different people, making sure these stories get told. Like it's worth it. It is totally worth it. So we want a TV show. We want people to sponsor episodes, get more involved with YBE. Yeah, we just want the world. Pretty much. We just want it all, So we're gonna get there.
Yeah. And the beautiful thing about it is not just for us. Like we want these things to make other things better, to help other people's lives in a positive way. Not to be selfish. So if anybody's against that, y'all need to figure that out with yourself.
Yeah. So, all right. This is wrapping up our first episode of our continuous season, aka season 4, that's just gonna last forever, and then we'll stop saying that. So don't forget to like us on all of our socials, follow us on Instagram at Young Black Equestrians, like us on Facebook at the same. 2, go rate us on Apple Podcasts and leave a comment and say something and tell us what you think. We will shout you out. Okay. If I see comments on our Apple Podcast, I will shout you out on the episode and on our socials. And then subscribe on YouTube. Gotta remember the list. Subscribe on YouTube to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Young Black Equestrians. And then follow us on our personal pages, because we try not to overload YBE with all the things that we do all the time. But then we were told people want to know all the things that we do all the time. So follow us on our socials, our personals as well. Instagram at It's the AJ Way. I will put that right here. It's the AJ Way. And then Caitlin at The Black Cowgirl. Yeah. So, all right, y'all. Welcome to YBE. This is a reintroduction of ourselves, and we will see you guys on the next episode. Yay!
Girl, someone just donated $500.